What's happening, guys? It's your boy Cdwoods here, back with kind of a part 2 of the Kevin Durant free agency and possibly going to Toronto. Now, last time I did 5 reasons why he should go and 1 reason why he's not. I'm really going to stress home the reasons of why he could possibly do it and what would pretty much happen if he did, and why, if I was Kevin Durant, this would be a great thing to do Toronto. So I'm going to just go ahead and get into it. Well, let's go with some of the teams that people have been saying he's possibly going to go to. Most of them are really hit home on the Celtics. The Celtics are in the Toronto division, Atlantic, and they have done pretty well over the last 2 years. Really overachieved, in my opinion, because it kind of caught me off guard. I was like, oh, they're trading Rajon Rondo. Well, there goes all their seasons for the next few years. Oh, crap, they're actually doing well. Now they have draft picks. This sucks. And they are a very good team with a very good potential. But they didn't get out of the first round. I don't think they did last year either, because they were playing against Cleveland and LeBron tore them up. And the team that they did play against got swept. Now, why is Toronto better than this? Well, they are one of the only 2 teams to win a game against Cleveland. And not only did they win a game, they won 2 games and made it a 2-2 series. And at that point, lots of people were starting to not really doubt, but it was like, oh crap, Toronto is for real. Because beforehand, everyone was like, oh yeah, Toronto's just going to get swept like everybody else, and then they're going to go easy peasy into the NBA Finals. I was just like, well, that's pretty rude. I think Toronto should be given at least a small chance, you know? And they proved it. You know, games, nobody had higher than a Game 6, and they went to a Game 6 and they lost, but still, they challenged the Cavs in the East. How did this affect Kevin Durant? Well, obviously he goes to the Warriors, but, I mean, everyone knows he'd be Steph Curry's sidekick, even though people are like, oh no, you wouldn't be. Yes, you would. You're an MVP. This guy's been unanimous MVP. He's going to be the shot caller. You're just going to be there if the shot clock goes down and they need to hoist up a weird jump shot. You will always be judged under Steph Curry, no matter what you do in your career, unless you're like actually jump above him. But are they going to give you the chance at the Warriors? Maybe not, because what they've built already looks like it's there to stay. So I don't think it's definitely the best place to go. Now, Celtics, I mean, again, they're a good potential team, but they're not there yet. Now, you could look at Kevin Durant. What does Kevin Durant want right now? He wants a legacy with an NBA team. He wants, when someone thinks about an NBA team, they want to be like, Kevin Durant. That's who made this franchise great. Now, if you look at the Celtics, they're already one of the greatest franchises, if not the greatest franchise, in the history of all time. How is Kevin Durant going to compete with names like Bill Russell and Larry Bird? He's not. Simple as that. The biggest name Toronto has is Vince Carter, and he couldn't even get them out of the second round. So, now that we've gone to the Eastern Conference Finals and proved we are a championship team, and we don't have a NBA championship legacy, we don't have a true legend that's led us to a championship and to the promised lands and stuff like that. If he comes here and does, he's automatically the biggest icon in the Raptors, right next to Drake. If you watch Toronto at all, you saw last year they played a lot of ISO ball, basically picking up the switches on DeRozan and whoever had, when he got the weaker defender, would just attack him relentlessly and hoist up a shot. Bad, good. He probably made it. But when he played against good defenders like Paul George, LeBron James, somebody has that top defender who's going to get on him. But now with the Kevin Durant there, it would just be like, pick your poison, because if you stay on Durant, if LeBron stays on Durant, I mean, he's guarding Durant. Then DeRozan is open, he's going to go into the middle, get an and one, and you down by 3 now. But if you guard DeRozan, then Durant's wide open pretty much, because nobody else is going to be able to stop Kevin Durant unless you're playing Kyle Leonard, but Kyle Leonard would be on Durant, and then DeRozan would be open. So you're just thinking, like, there was nobody who would be able to stop those two. And even if there was a team, like somehow Tony Allen and Paul George played together or something like that, I don't know, we still have an all-NBA talent named Kyle Lowry, who pretty ice cold. I mean, people have been like, oh, you choke. No. That last game, he put up 35 points in a losing effort. I mean, he is still, even if he's playing bad, he's still boosting our team because of the way he plays defense, how he can get assists, the way he rebounds. Just his total effort still gives you stuff. Now, there's obviously a cap problem with the Raptors and getting DeRozan and Durant. And I'm here to address this issue. Now, this is not going to be a very popular opinion, but this is what's going to have to happen. Patterson and Ross are going to have to get traded. I mean, $10 million a year for Ross, who is pretty inconsistent, not worth it. And Patrick Patterson, are really a role player, getting $6 million, not feeling it, honestly. So you trade them, and then you're going to have to trade one more guy, and that name is Jonas Valanciunas. As much as I hate to say it, he's getting $12 million a year, but he was the best performing center in the game, but still. So after that playoffs, you're going to have to trade him for somebody, more than likely a good power forward, and then let your guy that you just drafted, I can't say his name. I'm going to look up the enunciation real quick. Okay, it absolutely finds me nothing on how to say the guy's freaking name, but I'm going to put it up on the screen. You see it there. He's a center, 7'1" dude, and is a good rebounder. That's all I know. So, yeah, he was a rookie, and he's only getting paid like $2 million, so definitely it's going to be hard parting with Jonas Valanciunas. But I feel like this rookie could really step in the role. And he's got the lowest chance to be a bust. So, I mean, even if he's not performing as well as Jonas Valanciunas was at the end of the playoffs, he's still going to be performing. And I think it would be good. And then we got another guy. I don't even remember his name. But it was a 27th pick. And good raw power forward. Biombo-like. He could definitely take control of the power forward position. Hopefully. I mean, you build him up a bit. And if not, you still got Lucas Nogueira and Bruno Caboclo still there, along with Norman Powell and Dalen Wright in the back. So, I mean, you still have some firepower on the bench, but a lot of it is still just the Kevin Durant, DeRozan, Lowry combination. The big three. Our big three. And honestly, if you could trade him for somebody that's a really good power forward, maybe Thaddeus Young with the Pacers now, you still got DeMar Carroll, someone that was injured a lot of last season, who could still come in and very well play defense on their best guy, which would take off Durant having to waste energy on the defensive end, so he could just put all of his effort in the offensive and score us a lot of bucket. I feel it's such a good fit that if it doesn't happen, it's almost a shame, in my opinion. But I mean, that's for the world to decide. That's for Kevin Durant to decide. He's going to a place, and that's all I can say. Now, I personally want him to come to the Raptors. So, I mean, if Durant would come to Toronto, I feel like within 5 years, we would have a title or two. We would definitely have a 60-win season, maybe even a 65-win season, somewhere in there. And the Toronto Raptors would finally be taken seriously after 20-plus years of people just laughing at us, honestly. I think it's just a perfect fit, guys. If you agree, hit the like button, comment something I missed, something I screwed up, anything, and subscribe if you want more of this. I would love to keep making more of this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.